Barakate Hawa Brakte Shai, Brakte Hawa Brakte Shai, Brakte Hawa Brakte Shai, calling La. Adonai Yahweh, Bashem Shamalak Shai, Bashem Kakadash, double honor to the apostles and elders, great millstone, peace, citation, hope for like Shalom. And, I may title this video, Daredevil, falls to his death from 68th floor, or fell 68 floors to his death. Something along those lines. But I'll get into the article and then probably get into a few precepts of scriptures, or maybe just one scripture, depending on where the Spirit leads me in this lesson. But it says, Daredevil known for high-rise stunts, dead after falling from 68th floor. And July 30th, 2023, says, Remy Lucidi, a daredevil known for competing in extreme sports, was found dead after falling from a Hong Kong building's 68th floor. The Frenchman, who was known for extreme sports, is dead after falling off the 68th story of Hong Kong residential. Remy Lucidi, 30, was climbing the Giganta Tower complex when the man fell, according to the South China Morning Post. Lucidi, known online as Remy Enigma, was pronounced dead at the scene. According to the Hong Kong officials, Lucidi arrived at the building around 6 p.m. and told the security guard that he was visiting a friend on the 40th floor. The security officer attempted to apprehend Lucidi for the alleged friend, confirmed he was not acquainted with Lucidi, but then by the stuntman had already secured an elevator. Security footage later glimpsed Lucidi arriving on the 49th floor and then again taking the stairs up to the top of the building. According to those in pursuit of Lucidi, they found the hatch leading to the roof open, but he was nowhere in sight. Police say the man was last seen alive at 7:38 p.m. when he tapped on the window of the complex penthouse, prompting a maid to call the police. The source, which was not identified, said that police believe Lucidi was trapped outside of the penthouse and was banging on the window for help before the unfortunate accident. A source close to the incident revealed that police found Lucidi's camera at the scene, and it contained videos of his other death-defying acts. Police have yet to issue an official cause of death. According to Gurjit Kaur, owner of the hostel where Lucidi was reportedly boarded, the guest was a friendly and humble guy. And quote, he was healthy and fit and happy-faced. Kaur told the news outlet, "I feel very sad." The worker at the hostel claimed that he had spoken with Lucidi several times before his death, and that he had told him that the man was visiting Hong Kong on vacation. And quote, he told me he was going to hike a mountain. When I asked where he was going, he asked he wanted to hike a lot, and when he was there, said the worker. Several Lucidi fans took to social media to express their own grief. R.I.P. brother, said one Instagram follower. Sad news, no one ever wants to hear about a fellow explorer. And quote, I don't want to believe it, Remy. I don't want to believe it. Cried another. Rest easy, bro. I love you. And quote, you will never leave us. You're unique, said a third person. Now I'll get into the scriptures, and no one knows us edifying to the full act. So this is when Satan was tempting Yahweh Shai, and he was really trying to test the Lord, while the Lord was fasting for 40 days. And this is what happened. He said, Matthew chapter 4, verse 5, then the devil taketh him up into the holy city, and setteth him up on the pinnacle of the temple, and saith unto him, if thou be the Son of God, cast thyself down. Basically doing a daredevil stunt. And it says, for it is written, He shall give his angels charge concerning thee, and in their hands they shall bear thee up, lest at any time thou dash thy foot against a stone. Yahweh said unto him, It is written again, Thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy God. So, you know, those demons, don't get me wrong, they know the scriptures too. And they will try to use certain passages in the scriptures to, to play with your mind, to play with your psychology. They'll have you doing what those stupid ass Christians do in the Christian churches, which is they will try to have you go as far as thinking that, the laws are done away with, or, they'll have you using, like, let's say, scriptures in the wrong context, you know what I mean? Basically, like what a lot of people in the world do. Like, they don't go into the study and understanding of the scriptures, and it's like, if you have to understand it and you tell them that those things, it's pretty much so far-fetched from what they were taught, so they're not going to even bother or take heed to what you're saying, because it doesn't appeal to them, and it's basically different from what they've learned and what they were taught. And honestly, that's the reason why when it's coming to a lot of these daredevils out there, some of them end up falling to their death, and because they're doing something that they have no business doing. You're not supposed to be climbing up on such dangerous heights to try to entertain people, to try to do something to gain like clout off of. And that's another thing too. A lot of times when people do these things, people really put their life on the line just to gain all these views on YouTube. That's another thing that a lot of people do because of social media. People are willing to really put themselves at great risk for death or injury just for popularity on YouTube. That's why scripture said that folly is set in great dignity, because people do these things and they want something out of it, and what they're really seeking for is vainglory and fame, and that can only get you noticed just for a little moment, and then it's like they're gonna keep doing more folly just to get even more notice. So yeah, thou shalt not tempt the Lord is really an important message for people that are thinking of doing those stupid challenges. And the worst ones are the Daredevil challenges to ever try to participate in. And honestly, that whole Daredevil thing that be on social media, that's the reason why, and all these other challenges as well, that's the reason why a lot of people end up getting injured, and they're responsible for getting not only people injured, but getting people killed just by doing stupidity and by promoting the stupidity. Sometimes the buildings, like what they do is they have somebody like working in the buildings, especially like police officers or security. They try to prevent you from going on, doing those type of stupidity, and they try to tell you to get down from there, or because it could be a thing where if somebody dies from there or somebody gets injured or so by doing a stunt, the company could get in trouble. And they may have to pay for the funeral, or they have to pay for, let's say, the person, they end up in the hospital, things like that. So it's really not smart to be engaging in this type of activity, because you could very well lose your life or end up being injured. And honestly speaking, scriptures do say that death is better than than a continual sickness, than being in a messed up body. Because imagine you falling from that height. Your body's literally gonna You look like a squash cockroach. That guy looked like he appeared to be a Edomite, pretty much, and that's what those Edomites love to do. They love doing those Daredevil things where they climb up on crazy heights and they live like um God is on like the Most High is on their side, or you know like they're the chosen people. And it's like, if they had any sense, the scriptures tell you not to, you know, let the, not to be tempted, not to tempt the Lord, and not to give in to those temptations. But yeah, that's it on that. And I hope I made less edifying. Let's give all glory, praise, and honor to Adonai Yahweh, Bashem, Shama, Kel, Shava, Hashem, Kakadash, and double honors of the apostles that was great millstone, peace, I just hope for elect. Yahweh, Shama, Shava, Bakashash, Lakayam, Adawayam, Bakayam, Blah, 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 Shalom.